I really want to recognize a lot of people, but I can't see anybody at all out here. I want to recognize the cooks, and I know Sean's going to recognize them in a minute, but I want to recognize our cooks. Debbie Schleif, Lacey Rexroad, and Aline Rexroad. Betsy Sneathen helped out back there, and we had some other people. David Williamson was back there. And everybody that worked back there, come out. Please come out. They're back. Stand up. I want to recognize the youth workers. All youth workers stand up. They've done a tremendous job. Excellent job. Now, I need you guys to blow out your candles. And then we'll have a prayer, because we didn't bless our food. We'll bless it now. Father, thank you that we can come and we can have a fellowship and we can just support our youth and our teenagers of this church. Father, I thank you for the bond that we have in your Son, Jesus Christ. And I just pray that we might be able to do just to glorify you tonight, Father, for we promise to give you the praise and the glory for all that we do. For it's in Jesus' name, amen.
You know when you say a verse, you need it more.
We'd like to take this time to thank some people who, without their help, we would not be here tonight. First of all, we'd like to thank our cooks, Becky Sneathen, Lacey Rexroad, Aileen Rexroad, and also Debbie Schleif. Now, as we look back to the sound booth, we'd like to thank one of the greatest sound artists in the world, Mr. Brian Handy. We'd also like to thank a man who does so much work for us behind the stage, our very own Mr. Steve Webb. We'd like to thank two people who, without their help, we would surely not be here tonight. They have led us in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Mr. and Mrs. Mark Givens. At this time, I'd like what a kidder. At this time, I'd like to introduce our players for the evening. They're wonderful. They're great. They're the Webb brothers. A man of many names. They call him Scott, but his real name's Gil. Mr. Gil Mobley. Here's a brother and sister act you won't ever forget, Carrie Walker and Tim Walker. Here's two ladies with beautiful voices and beautiful signs, Laura Reynolds and Sherry Billingsley. These next two people will entertain you and you'll love them, Mr. Forrest McMillan and David Dunlap. This next little girl's got a big voice, Miss Jennifer Young. They're rough, they're tough, but they're beautiful. The Bush Sisters. These next two people can tickle the ivories like nobody I've ever seen. Kathy Sneathen and Jason Wadley. We have a special guest tonight. He's a big man with a little mind, Lacey Rexroad. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for coming and joining us in our dimension. The dimension we call the Twilight Zone. like it's Tim Webb and Gil Mobley doing the fireman skit.
The scene is the Great San Francisco Fire of 1906. This horrible, devastating inferno is now on its third day of devouring the picturesque city of San Francisco. Millions upon millions of dollars have gone up in smoke. Hundreds have lost their lives, and as well as thousands left homeless. This could possibly be called the greatest and most destructive fire to ever occur in the history of the world. We take you back now to the Monster Nation for a close-up look at what actually happened. To bring us a close-up look is our roving reporter, Walter Crankcase.
This is Walter Crankcase, and we're here on the corner of 182nd Street and Cucamonga Avenue, side of the enormous 68-story building, Biltmore Hotel, which is rapidly being leveled by the raging inferno and has already left thousands homeless and hundreds dead. The most experienced firemen in the world are here battling this blaze, and we're going to talk to the man who is in charge of them. This fire chief is so famous, in fact, he is known to millions all over the world as Mr. Fire Chief. His name, Clarence Fire Chief. Now then, we're going to step over and have a few words with him.
Okay, you men, bring on those trucks. Put more water pressure in the hoses. Come on, we can do it, man. We can stop this place.
Mr. Fire Chief?
Come on.
Mr. Fire Chief, excuse me, but I'm a roving reporter, and we'd like to ask you a few questions. Just exactly how are things going so far?
Pretty good. The fire's going pretty good. The people are all nice and panicky. The water supply's just about gone.
Wait. Mr. Fire Chief, there's a lady getting ready to jump out of the 48-story window.
Oh, you man, drop the hoses. Get the net. Come on. Yeah, never mind, man. Back to the hoses.
Mr. Fire Chief, that lady, she just fell to her death.
You're pretty observant. I like it.
Thanks. Well, now then, let's get a little bit of your background. Just how long have you been a fire chief?
All my life. Had a fire on my heart ever since I was a lad of 3 years.
Gee, that's amazing.
It is if you like heartburn.
Well, Mr. Fire Chief, why did you become a fire chief?
Well, you may not believe this, but couldn't do anything else.
You went to school, didn't you?
Yeah, but there's no money in throwing spit wads at the teacher.
Well, you went to college, didn't you?
Yes, in fact I did. I went to the American Fire Chiefs College. Did you know that out of all the men that graduate from there, 90% go on to bigger and better things?
Gee, that's wonderful. But what about the other 10%?
They become fire chiefs.
Mr. Fire Chief, can you tell us the difference between a 5-alarm fire and a 4-alarm fire?
And that's easy. One alarm.
Mr. Fire Chief, when the alarm goes off and then you leave the firehouse, how do you locate the fire?
You look under the smoke and there it is. Really.
Mr. Fire Chief, exactly how many men are on duty right now?
No, I'm not sure.
How long has the fire been blazed?
Either.
Okay, well, Mr. Fire Chief, as a final question, there may be hundreds of kids watching tonight who are planning on going into the field of firefighting. Do you have any words that you'd like to say to them?
Yes, I do. Attention, future firemen of America. The job of a fireman is not an easy one, but the rewards are great. You too can see thousands left homeless and hundreds left dead. But make sure that's what you want to do with your life. Take the weirdo test to find out exactly what job you are best suited for. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Fire Chief. By the way, did you take the weirdo test?
Yeah.
And what job did you find you were best suited for?
Throwing spit wads at the teacher. Now, I've got a fire, got to get back to. I've also got a hobby I'd kind of like to get back to.
A hobby?
Yeah, I'm a fire buddy.
As many of you know, my brother is deaf, and as many of you don't know, my mother hates salesmen. Now, the comparison here, you're saying, well, what's the big deal? Your brother's deaf, and your mother hates salesmen. Well, my mom uses this little trick when she sees somebody she doesn't want to talk to. She's walking in the mall, and those little ladies with little pamphlets, they come up and ask questions, you know, and she goes, would you like to answer a couple of questions? And my mother just looks back and down, she goes, I thought, I can't hear, I'm deaf. And the lady goes, oh, I'm sorry, you know, like she could hear or something. Sorry, it's okay. And so my mom's always doing this. It's always kind of, you know, made me kind of mad. And the other day, we were late going somewhere. My mother was driving, and she was kind of speeding. And all of a sudden, you know, so this cop pulls us over, and my mom's just kind of snickering. I go, Mother, don't you dare. And she goes, I'm going to get rid of this guy real fast. I crawled under the seat real quick. Anyway, I looked in the mirror, and the cop got out of his car, you know, and he starts walking up like this. And he gets up to the window, and he knocks on the window. And my mom, you know, she's kind of snickered. She rolls down the window, and she goes, I can't hear, I'm deaf. The guy goes, well, read my lips. You were speeding. And I thought to myself, my mother has finally met her match. You know? This guy is not going to let her get by with speeding, but my mother, being the smart person she is, she looked him right back in the eye and said, but I can't see either. This next act is for the deaf people. Laura Reynolds and Sherry Billingsley are signing the song Friends.
Packing up the dreams God planted in the fertile soil of you. Can't believe the hopes He's granted. Means a chapter in your life is through. But we'll keep you close as always. If only see you've gone. 'Cause our hearts in big and small ways will keep the love that keeps us strong. Lifetime's not too long to live as friends. With the faith and love God's given, springing from the hope we know, we will pray the joy you'll live in is the strength that now you show. But we'll keep you close as always. If only even seen you gone. 'Cause our hearts in big and small ways will keep the love that keeps us strong. And friends are friends forever if the Lord's the Lord of them. And a friend will not say never, 'cause the welcome will not end. Though it's hard to let you go, in the Father's hands we know that a lifetime's not too long to live as friends. And friends are friends forever if the Lord's the Lord of them. And a friend will not say never, 'cause the welcome will not end. Though it's hard to let you go, in the Father's hands we know that a lifetime's not too long to live as friends. No, a lifetime's not too long to live as friends.
emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test. That wasn't it. For the next 30 seconds, we will be conducting a test, if someone will answer the phone, of the emergency broadcasting system. I repeat, this is only a test. This has been a test. If this, in fact, had been a real emergency, you would have seen this.
seems like 10 years. I must have sinned terribly to deserve this. God must have dropped all other business to punish me this way. Mr. Doctor.
Wait a minute. Don't go my not. More emotion. Come on, let's go.
Oh!
Oh, well, the doctor's away on personal business.
I'm back here.
You're dingy.
But are you the doctor?
No, man, the doctor's away on personal business. And he lets me care his patients. Oh.
Where are you?
He lets the care of his patients in my young, capable hands.
Are you a doctor?
In every way except the degree, I'm a doctor to be.
Then I'm a patient to be. Goodbye.
Oh, wait.
That's it.
Wait, hey, I can assure you, the only thing that prevents me from being called doctor.
All right, cut. You got it. We'll work on it tomorrow. Thank you very much.
What? I told Phil Mama yesterday he looked like $1 million.
But Carrie, you've never seen $1 million.
I know. He looks like nothing I've never seen before in my life.
What? No, I don't want it.
No, really, you can have it.
Hey, kid. I'm sorry it took us so long to get back here. My mom, she's pretty upset back there. You know what I enjoy watching on TV and stuff is those one-line comedians. They come out there and snap those things off. They always talk like this, you know. They always, kind of talk New York, so they talk real fast, and they pop out these lines like, well, these lights are so hot, my contacts are nothing. I don't know, but it's okay. You know, my nose is so big, I turn my head, people duck. I would love it if just one time they came out and forgot every one of their jokes, you know. It'd be kind of like, hey, this is Fast Freddy here. Well, the other day I walked in the store. Yeah, I walked in the store. I really did. That's right. And, well, my nose is so big, I turned my head and, well, that's right. I did. I turned my head. I tell you. We're going to have a really good show tonight. Yeah. Okay, it's going down here. Anyway, this next act, we've got some older women back there that used to go to the youth group, and I think they'll remember this act. Amy Furr, Lauren Potts, and Donna Dunlap, they're all out there, the wonderful, talented people they are. Or, a little humor there, you know. But this next act, it was asked back on a popular demand, and I think that you'll enjoy it. This is the doctor's office.
Hello?
I have an appointment.
With the doctor?
Yes.
We'll have a seat. Hello?
I've got an appointment.
With the doctor?
Yes, with the doctor.
We'll have a seat. By golly.
Hi, babe. I have an appointment.
Like
there's always one thing I've always wanted to do, and that's be able to play the piano, and that's one thing I cannot do. But as you've already seen tonight, that Jason Watley, Kathy, and Carrie, they can play that thing, and they're pretty good. And here's here's Jason Watley for you. Play the piano.
Oh, don't mind them. They won't let me.
you notice how kids don't act like that anymore? I mean, they're so cute and everything, but nowadays kids are sophisticated and they're into different stuff and they're just more adultish, The other day I was in the church foyer and Shay Lowe was walking up, and I said, "Hi Shay, how you doing?" And she goes, "Fine." And I was sitting there talking to her and I was playing with her and all of a sudden here comes Jordan Massey and he runs up to her and he pushes me out of the way and he goes, "They tried to tell us you're young." The guy's a little Casanova. Somebody here from free, that's where he got that from his father. Okay. If I'm correct, I think we got a special guest here tonight. It's some professor, and he has something to show to you.
Professor. Oh, yeah. Hello. My name is Professor Bogusnov. Yes. May I have 4 volunteers from the audience?
I will.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, come on. Come on. Don't be shy. No. Big guys. You in the Argyle. Okay, if you'll just step outside for right now. Thank you. Hurry up. Okay, they're out. Okay. During my recent travels to Africa, I have acquired this. It may look like an ordinary silver dollar, but no. It is a truth-seeking silver dollar. The person that put his foot on there, then the first thing that comes out of his mouth is what he said directly after he got his first kiss. Are you ready? Okay, Forrest. Smile real big at him. Hello. Will you please place your foot on top of that? Thank you. Hold this.
on that. Thank you. Hold this.
It's your show.
Take your time. Please place your foot on that. Thank you. Hold this. Here's the last one. Please place your foot on that. Ah. I don't care. Hold this. Hold it.
Well, I sure hope you know what to do.
Thank you. For all of you volunteers, that was a truth-seeking silver dollar. It revealed what you said directly after you received your first kiss. Thank you.
Our next act is another one of our piano players. I'm having a hard time deciding which one is better between all three of them. Here's Kathy Sneed.
feel very fortunate to have one of the world's greatest astronomers with us here tonight. May I introduce Professor Blanktop. Professor, for our first question, I would like to know, do you think the moon is really inhabited?
Inhabited? What's this word, inhabited?
I mean, do you think people really live there?
Well, why didn't you say so? Of course people live there. I talk with them every night.
You talk with the moon people every night, through thousands of miles of space. But how's that possible?
Well, we talk in very loud voices.
Professor, I'd like to know, what is the most interesting thing you've ever seen through your telescope?
What to scope?
Your telescope. Telescope.
Oh, yes, that long thing. Well, I guess that'd have to be new comet Susanna Smith.
You've named a new comet after an old girlfriend?
No, I've named a new girlfriend after an old comet named Susanna Smith.
Professor, but why do you call your lady friend a comet?
Well, every time I ask her out for a date, she zooms away.
Professor, I recently heard you say that a man on Mars has 3 years.
That is right. What's your question?
Oh, but isn't that rather strange?
Well, what's so strange about it? He has 3 eyes.
Okay. Professor, in what direction is the planet Jupiter?
It's up.
Yeah. I heard you say the other day that the sun circles the Earth. How can you say that?
Very easily.
Okay. Professor, what first got you interested in astronomy?
My mother, she told me to hitch my wagon to a star.
But by that she meant that you should be ambitious and strive for great things.
Is that what she meant?
Yeah. Professor, how long would it take a spaceship to get to the planet Mercury?
8 days, 6 hours, 10 minutes, and 4 seconds.
How did you figure that out so fast?
I didn't. It's just a guess.
Your hand over there.
It was a picture of Susanna Smith.
Professor, can we talk about something other than Susanna Smith?
Sure we can. Let's talk about Sylvia Smith.
Who's Sylvia Smith?
That's Susanna's sister. She's even prettier.
Professor, as our final question, is there anything you'd like to tell to all those beautiful young people out there who might be wishing to enter the field of astronomy?
Yes, there is. There's one thing I'd like to tell them.
And that is?
Don't go peeking around for Susanna Smith. Find your own comets.
Another joke. I think you're gonna like this. It's one of my favorites. Actually, I just heard it before the show. I don't know if we can tell it right. Anyway, there's this old cowboy guy. He's sitting out whittling, you know. And all of a sudden, this guy from New York comes up, and the old cowboy guy's out there whittling. And the guy from New York comes up to him and he goes, "You know, I heard you Texans are pretty stupid." And the guy goes, "What do you mean, stupid boy?" "I tell you what, I can whip you right now." He goes, No, I don't want to fight. It's all right. But what I wanted to ask you, I just want to ask you one question, and then after that, I'll know if you're stupid or not. And so the Texan, you know, he goes, "All right, I think I can handle that." And so the guy goes, "Sir, do you know how many seconds are in a year?" The cowboy thought for a minute, and he goes, "Well, sure, I know how many seconds are in a year. Any stupid fool would know how many seconds are in a year." He goes, well, tell me how many seconds are in a year." The guy goes, There's 12 seconds in a year." He goes, well, no, I'm sorry. How many seconds are in a year?" He goes, "Boy, I told you 12, and I mean 12. He goes, well, no, okay, you mean 12. So what do you mean by 12 seconds in a year? There's not 12 seconds in a year." And he goes, "Well, sure there is. I got to explain everything to you. First of all, there's January 2nd, there's February 2nd, you got March 2nd. I wish I had a little drum back here. Just... Anyway, we got 2 girls to sing for us tonight, and it's Sherry Billingsley and Jennifer Young. know, when we were thanking people during the introduction, I forgot to thank some people. The Korean church, they donated this stage, and you know, before, everybody's always told me that anything made in Korea was, you know, you don't want to buy that, but you know, this stage is really sturdy. It's got good support, and I'm, you know, really glad that the Korean people gave it to us, and I'm just. It's a really good stage. It really is. Okay, so that didn't go so well.
Here we are, on the corner of Main and 2nd Street. We have hidden cameras and are interviewing pedestrians on Sinex nose spray. Here comes one now. Sir, 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 sir. Sir, 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 is your nose stopped up? Sinex. After only 30 seconds, here are the results.
This stuff doesn't work. God, it burned my nose.
Sir, sir, is your nose stopped up? Yes. Try Sinex. After only 30 seconds, here are the results. Turn my finger. Now.
Bush Girls are going to sing for us, but when I was reading the act, I looked over and I saw the Bushes, and that kind of reminded me about my own family. I have 5 boys in my family, and like them, they have 4 girls and 1 boy. But one of my brothers, a brother the same age as I am, he's Shannon, and he's deaf. And you know, you wouldn't realize the things that deaf people do that, you know, that we just take for granted, that you know, it'd be funny. Like for instance, did you know deaf people sign in their sleep? They don't talk in their sleep, they sign. And I found this out the hard way. I was sleeping one night, and you know, we have bunk beds, and I sleep on the bottom, and Shannon sleeps on the top. And all of a sudden, I feel the bed shaking, you know, and I thought, well, what is going on up there? It's kind of scary, and I looked up there, and Shannon's just kind of going. And I go, Mother! So she came running in there, but he does stuff like that all the time. He sleepwalks. I've never seen anybody sleepwalk as much as he does. We'll wake up in the middle of the night and he'll be jogging around the house. And I get in front of him, I stop him, and then he'll just look at me like this. And I'm kind of going, oh, whoa. It's okay. Run. It's fine. And he's one of those kind of guys that when they get up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, they never can find the restroom. I mean, he's peed in everything from the closet to the refrigerator. It's getting pretty disgusting. The man who is as red as a cherry right now, Mr. Shannon Britton. Here's the Bush sisters.
I was just
real fast tonight. It is a real special dinner theater to me because it will be my last one, and all the other seniors should not be the last one. And we've had a lot of fun tonight. And what we want to remember is, though, we're doing it all for God. And we have a girl here that is going to express that for us. Carrie Walker.
The sounds are all as different as the lands from which they came. And though our words are all unique, our hearts are still the same. Love in any language, straight from the heart, pulls us all together, never apart. And once we learn to speak it, all the world will hear. Love in any language, fluently spoken here. We teach the young our differences, yet look how we're the same. We love to laugh, to dream our dreams. We know the sting of pain. From Leningrad to Lexington, the farmer loves to blame. Daddies all get misty-eyed to give their daughters hand. Oh, maybe when we realize how much there is to share, we'll find too much in common to pretend it isn't there. Love in any language, straight from the heart, pulls us all together, never apart. And once we learn to speak it, all the world will hear. Love in any language,
thank every one of y'all for coming tonight, and we really hope you enjoyed it. And we hope you enjoyed your stay in the Twilight Zone. Least I can do.